Life in Action with Mike and Phillip.
All right, this is our first podcast.
Here we go.
Mike and Phillip and Mike, and we just wanted to do this introduction to kind of talk about what the podcast is going to be about.
What are we doing? Let's talk about it.
Life in Action is the name of the podcast, and it's primarily focusing on
faith. We're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about finances, and we're going to talk about family.
Yep.
And, you know, in life, if you can get those three things right, if you can get those three things operating on all 8 cylinders, you're going to have a pretty good life.
Yeah, so those are the big three Fs. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because you've been doing ministry for a long time.
Long time. Been in full-time ministry since 1990, 30-something years, and pretty much done anything you can do in ministry, children's ministry, youth ministry, ran a Bible school for 10 years, but for the last 20 years, since 2003, we've been in over 50 churches a year all throughout the world, and just love Jesus, love kingdom, and really have a passion for people to be who God's called them to be, do what God's called them to do. And, you know, in the weeks and months ahead, you and I, we have some incredible relationships with pastors and missionaries and great men and women of God.
Yeah.
And we're going to be bringing them on the podcast and just getting those gold stories out of them. Tell a little bit about you and where we're going in this finances realm.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've known you almost 30 years now. You were my dean at Bible college, and so I knew you before I was even married. And so, but my life has really been a mixture of ministry and business, probably about like 30-70% or 20-80. But that's what I do. I'm an entrepreneur, business person, and I got a wife and 4 kids, live here in Louisiana. And it's funny because you live in Houston,
right? And
I'm from Texas.
Yep.
But you're from Louisiana, and I live in Louisiana now.
We just kind of swapped.
Yeah, so but it's good. It's keeping it real. But yeah, so we were really pumped about this podcast. And if you're interested in those 3 topics, you know, faith, finance, or family,
because listen, that's you know, relationship with God first, of course. Yep. But when it comes to family, it's everything to us. You've got this incredible, beautiful, hot wife and kids, and I've got this smoking hot wife of 36 years and my 3 kids, and we love family, and we have a blast together, and we're going to get to bring our wives on this podcast and get to talk about it, and so we're going to have a lot of fun.
So we would really appreciate if you would give us a follow. You can do it here on any of the platforms, Spotify, iTunes, all that. Just give us a like and a follow and all that stuff. And then also check us out on Instagram. And so we'll be posting that as well. But Phillip, I'm really looking forward to doing this with you in the next next year.
It's going to be fun. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you listening, and on to the next podcast.